Hey everyone, I'm Arier, and this is going to be a bit of a fun video. It's going to be my top 5 weapons, specifically primary weapons in Destiny. Now, this is my top 5, it's in no particular order. You can feel free to disagree, but I think these are just some of the most fun weapons you can have in Destiny. Sometimes for PvP, sometimes for PvE. A lot of them I will use on both settings, except for any hand cannons. They're strictly PvE. No, and PvP. Actually, yeah, screw it. They're good for anywhere, in my opinion. They're just good weapons. Some of them are also highly competitive as well, but you'll see what I mean. The first off, in no particular order, we have the Imago Loop. Now, I recently just got this one. I've had shit rolls on it before, but this one, it's not the God roll. But it's good enough that I've kind of fallen in love with this gun. In PvE, it's just a fun gun. I like using it. Faster reload would be much nicer, which is why it's the God roll. But in general, it's just a solid gun. The proximity close perk is actually very helpful there. But in PvP, just putting a couple shots into someone's head, they fall over dead, and it's done. It's good. It has a good reload speed on some, has pretty good stability. It's not like a hand cannon needs some more. It has actually a decent rate of fire, has a really good bit of damage, and has a base range that's actually pretty damn good. And this isn't the God roll, and I just like this gun. Moving on, we're going to go to the Chaos Dogma. Now, at first, I really wasn't a fan of this weapon because it didn't fire too fast, but it fired just fast enough that that complete lack of stability just drove me crazy. And this is a gun that is absolutely a beast in PvE. In PvE, its perks are insane. I love them for that. But in PvP, I found just the high impact and the fact that it has an absurd, like truly almost unfair amount of aim assist. It actually does pretty good in PvP as well. I just enjoy using it. But not as much as the Call of Vance's Duty. Now, unlike the most of the weapons on this list, this one you could only have gotten out of Year 2 Iron Banner. Or you can go and buy the Iron Engrams now from Saladin, and I think that's a money pit. I don't think it's worthwhile at this point. I happen to get the vendor roll on this, and this is... I've been using this gun religiously. It's not the best gun. Everything can do better than it, but it's so solid in so many ways that it is always a good choice no matter what you do. I always have it on me because it might not be the best tool, but it's never the worst. Crowd control, perfect balance, hidden hand with red dot OAS on just damn good sights. Has good stability, good impact, good rate of fire, good range, pretty damn good reload. 15 shots in the magazine to start with. And that's just... it's a good weapon choice. Now we get to the pulse rifles. These... okay, the Grasp of Malok. This one, I think anyone who plays competitive should know. It's a good choice. Now, it's fallen down in how often I've seen it lately, just because... I actually don't know why. It's not like they've nerfed it too badly. There's been a small nerf, but it's still a very damn good weapon. I just enjoy using it. Yeah, it's fun. You put shots in, they die quickly. I've actually, and this might sound odd, I've started using it more in PvE because it just puts shots in quickly. Now, in PvE, the one problem I've seen is that I run out of ammo fast, which is why in PvP it's a little better because that's actually a thing. You don't really run out of ammo with primaries. Love that fact. So helpful. It's just good. You put it on someone's head, you pull the trigger 4 times. The hardest part is to remember to pull the trigger fast enough. And if you're already good at that, it's already good. Autofire would be nice, but again, pick your perks. This isn't a God roll either, but it's not a bad roll. As long as you have decent stability on this gun to make up for the incredibly high fire rate, yeah, decent range. Okay, it's not the best range you can get on this roll, but again, this is not the God roll. And then we have the Hopscotch Pilgrim, which was a Year 1 weapon that they ascended to Year 3 at the beginning of Rise of Iron. It drops in the Crucible. I've actually saw it dropping more in the early sections of Rise of Iron, and I've seen it not drop as much now. And I just love this gun. I mean, it was an amazing gun in Year 1, and in Year 3, it's still just really good. Now, it's not as fast as the Grasp of Malok, but in general, I kind of like this a little more just because with the right perks, it's a very solid clumping. I mean, I have perfect stability on this. This thing could be a slow sniper, which doesn't sound that good up until you realize it gives you a huge distance advantage. Because stability on these things is bullshit. The fact that it can do extra damage, Now, personally, I wish it was a glass half full isn't the best damage perk, but there's others that, take your pick. I just enjoy using it. I've had really good luck with it. Oddly enough, standing back and picking people off in Supremacy, while my teammates go up and just do everything up front. It's a very solid weapon because you can put enough shots in that it's competitive at medium range, which is, personally, where I love to stay most of the time. If someone gets up close, I'm not going to go a hand cannon. I'm pulling out a shotgun and dealing with them. But medium range, where it's pretty damn good, you can just still get around snipers, but you can take down most people, and it just works fast. It's not the fastest firing pulse rifle, it's not the most hard-hitting, but it's a good choice. Now, you might have noticed that there's a few yellow things here. 2 of them aren't shown in because these are the honorable mentions, because they're all just good. If I could use all of them on my Warlock, I would. But again, these are the guns you get from the Banshee 44. They're the exotic ones that drop prior to the first curse, which thank God had a range buff, but too little too late for that gun. It might be good now. I haven't checked it out. Don't do that later. Too much bullshit, too much not caring to check. We got the Talak, though, the Fabian Strategy, and the Ace of Spades. Now, originally, the Ace of Spades was bullshit good, and the Talak was just bullshit. If you had a full super, it was probably the fastest firing, high impact, great range, great... It had no downsides. The only downside is you couldn't use your super. But if for any reason you were running a Sunsinger and your super was to revive yourself, you almost always had it up, and it made that amazing. I made it through the very first day of the Black Spindle mission, back when 280 was considered a highlight level with the Talak, because it just helped. The buffs... It's a good gun. And it used to be that the Fabian Strategy was shit, but they've buffed the hell out of it. So it's actually a good gun now. And all 3 of these, they're not part of the top 5. They're honorable mentions, but damn are they fun. They're worth getting. They make all the arms day stuff really interesting because they're good and they're worthwhile, and I wish they weren't restricted to classes, because I would love to rock an Ace of Spades as a Warlock and just fuck with people. Precision kills move 1 round from your ammo reserves into the magazine. Oh man, that is just so freaking cool. Because 10 magazine isn't huge. But when you just have a massive clip and you just keep taking PvE guys down, it's nice. It's really nice. Especially when, for some reason, hand cannon is all you ever seem to get off anything out of the new set. Yeah. I mean, I had to get so many rerolls just to get Scout Rifle. 5 rerolls, all hand cannon. It's like the game's trying to tell me something. Yeah, that's just me, though. Personal problem, I just have weird luck when it comes to rolls. And again, this is no particular order. Well, okay. In personal preference, Cullivance is number 1. It might not be the best on the list. I think most competitive would probably be the Grasp of Malok and the Imago Loop. Which one depends on... Well, I would actually say which one of these I have up at the moment. Whichever one has a faster reload might do better, and generally that would be the Grasp. But if you got the right perks to make the Imago Loop really reload faster, you have a God Roll on, which I don't, that could be a pretty damn good weapon. It would also depend on map type. On long-range maps, I would actually favor neither of these. This one... My roll doesn't favor range. I would probably go for either the Chaos or the Cullivance in that one. But generally, I would probably go Grasp, Imago, Hopscotch, Cullivance, Chaos. Because again, the Chaos, it's actually surprisingly good in PvP, but the stability actually is an issue. It's just kind of bullshit. Even if you can fire faster, the reset time is bullshit on it. But in general casual PvP, it's fun and it's good and it just kicks ass. I can't underplay though just how bullshit the stability is. Yes, you can buff it, but the drop in the magazine actually reduces its use, just versatility. And frankly, it's still so low that it's just not really worth it. And having more shots is just nice. More of a important thing in PvE there, but in general, yeah, these are just damn good weapons. They're fun to use. Coal Advance is a little cheap because you just can't get it anymore. Unless in maybe an update later on, they'll say, hey, by the way, here's all the year 2 weapons we've ascended. Because, why not? I don't think they will because right now they're having you pay money for it, which is bullshit. I really don't agree with that. It's just a slippery slope into pay to win. And there's so many people talking about that right now. And I probably will put out a video about how that could go bad. And I will show you all the little bullshit ways. And it is... I'm not a fan. Really not a fan. But yeah, these are my top 5 weapons and 3 honorable mentions. Because when you mention one, you have to mention the other 2. Fabian's strategy is finally worth it. So yeah, it's just good. So yeah, that's them. I'm just going to put this one up because it might not be the best, but it's just personal favorite. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And because of YouTube's recent bullshit changes, if you want a better idea, just go check up on My Name is Bife and PewDiePie. They've both done very comprehensive videos breaking down what the changes have been and how they're actually just... I think the official term is YouTube taking a shotgun to the dick. Realizing that having one nut missed on the first blast was a little lower than standard, so they decided to detonate a nuke in their pants. And while that might sound like overkill, well, it is. It's complete overkill. It's stupid. But because of all that, the best thing I can say is if you guys enjoy this video, if you watched all the way to this part, do me a favor, go down that share button right over in the corner over here and share it somewhere. YouTube's new system means that commenting and sharing have more effect than anything. If you're watching this video, YouTube's like, that's nice, but you're already here. But if you share, it's like, oh my god, they took random action to do bullshit, and who cares if nobody gives a fuck? They did that. That is amazing. Ha. It's kind of like if you shitpost someone and say, oh my god, this guy must die. I love him. Go fuck yourself. Yes, if you somehow put that into a comment and you just completely hate on someone and you write pages and pages of like a dozen comments saying you hate someone, YouTube thinks that's you liking it. And it's like, ooh, we should support this. Also, if you ever see someone who's like a Nazi, don't comment. It helps them. I only say that because you can find that kind of shit on YouTube. Bit of a rant at the end, I know, but I'm going to just condense this all someday into an actual video about what I think about this. And spoilers, I'm not a fan. All the same, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you don't mind the little rant at the end, but it's been on my mind a bit. And again, yeah. Oh, if you're wondering, back to the usual schedule. 8 o'clock every morning, live stream. I was on vacation for a while for anyone who's seen this way after it's new, so yeah, I'm back. Thanks for watching, everyone, and, well, see you in the morning. Later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And if you enjoyed this video, check the links up on each corner. They show other videos you might enjoy. And if you like, right in the center, that's the subscribe button. Press it. In fact, press it as many times as you want, as long as it's an odd number, because even ones don't count, apparently. And thanks again for watching. It actually means a lot. Hope you enjoyed. Later.